Newstrack did seminal work in Kashmir. The discourse around Kashmir is also a very altered one. What you can and you will show on Kashmir today is also very different, especially in mainstream media. Once again, it's a very polarizing and polarized conversation. How do you look at Kashmir today? What also happens is one's own, for lack of a better word, politics changes. Sometimes you feel more empathetic to an issue, and then 15 years later, you don't feel the same way intellectually or emotionally. How has your journey been in your response to Kashmir as a story and as an issue?
I get what you're saying. You go through these sort of cycles. But when we first showed the terrorists on camera, Alpana Kishore did that interview.
Mastkul? Was it Mastkul?
No,
One of
Mastkul
them
was later.
Yeah.
But this was just two random guys and who had done some, and they were planning and they were doing and all that. So they gave the interview with the scarf over their faces. But as he got up, he deliberately took it off, as an act of defiance.
Yeah.
Bhutta Singh was Home Minister at that time, and Farooq Abdullah, who's a friend actually.
Yeah.
They went to Rajiv Gandhi and said Madhu Trehan should be arrested, Arun Puri should be arrested. And now this is the difference between an educated guy who understands journalism. Okay. He just told them to run along.
Do you think that has to do with being educated?
Yes.
Why do you say that? Somewhere, you immediately be called elitist.
I'll tell you, because I feel there is a Mughal, almost a Mughal way of running a country in which, or like say a George Bush way of running a country, which is either you're with us or against us.
Indira Gandhi was educated and she imposed the emergency.
Yes. Was she educated? No. No. She just made it through school.
Okay.
She never went to college.
Didn't she go to?
Declared herself to be an idiot. She went to some finishing school in Switzerland. She never went to college. I don't think she went. I think she went to Oxford or Cambridge.
That's what I thought. That she went to Oxford or
short
Cambridge.
period of time where she met. I don't know where she met Feroz in one of these. To me, that's not an educated person. All right, even if they've been to some dinky college or whatever, an educated person understands the larger horizon. Okay, what did Kennedy do in the Bay of Pigs disaster? He had a speech to give that had been scheduled before the disaster, and you remember what he said. He said to the press, "You've been critical of us. You were right. We need to hear this, and I accept." He just actually appreciated the press, the media telling him how wrong.
Which Indian leader in recent memory or distant memory has done that?
Sorry?
Which Indian leader in recent or distant memory has appreciated a critical media?
In fact, you said that, the control of the media started, but in my mind, it started when Nehru added that article.
The First Amendment.
Exactly. Because he was used to adulation. Suddenly people, open democracy, new democracy, and there were people, the press, and in Parliament, people were critical of him. The press was reporting how he was criticized in Parliament, very often by Feroz Gandhi. And he couldn't handle it.
Let's come back to Kashmir. You said an educated Prime Minister, and I'll come back to the educated bit later. Let's first understand. So Bhutta Singh and Farooq Abdullah said Madhu Trehan should be arrested. Then what happens?
So then we carried on doing stories in Kashmir. We got the most...
Rajiv Gandhi ignored that missive.
Yeah. And actually, even when we did a negative story about him, if I bumped into him at some event or whatever, he'd say, Madhu, that was not fair. It's not.
But it's not that it remained that way, right? It's not that if, for example, it was a Congress government, as you yourself mentioned, during the UPA years, there was Asim Trivedi, the cartoonist, who, showed Parliament as a toilet bowl and he went to jail.
Actually, that sentence of education.
Yeah.
Because who could be more educated than Manmohan Singh?
Yes.
And all this happened on his watch.
Yes.
Where journalists and other people were being arrested and harassed.
Even though I will say in his defense...
So I totally take it back.
Okay.